Alex Eala, Indonesian partner show Grit vs Fernandez, Mladenovic. The Southeast Asian pair of Filipina Alex Eala and Indonesian Janice Tien showed poise under pressure to escape Leylah Fernandez and Christina Mladenovic, 7-5, 3-6, 10-6, and barge into the quarterfinals of the WTA 500 Abu Dhabi Open in the United Arab Emirates early Wednesday, January 4, Philippine time. The Southeast Asian pair of Filipina Alex Eala and Indonesian Janice Tien showed poise under pressure to escape Leylah Fernandez and Christina Mladenovic, 7-5, 3-6, 10-6, and barge into the quarterfinals of the WTA 500 Abu Dhabi Open in the United Arab Emirates early Wednesday, January 4, Philippine time. With their round of 16 clash going down the wire, Eala and Tien stayed calm and collected in the tiebreak and broke a 6-6 tie by scoring 4 straight points to shut the door on the Canadian-French duo's comeback bid. The triumph carried extra weight, with the 32-year-old Mladenovic a proven force in the discipline as a multiple Grand Slam champion in both doubles and mixed events. The victory from Eala and Tien set them up a quarters showdown either against the pairs of formidable Ukrainian sisters Lyudmila and Nadia Kichenik or Spain's Cristina Buxa and China's Shuai Zhang. While Eala has advanced to the singles last 16 against Belarusian Alexandra Sasnovich, the Indonesian was recently booted out after a 2-6, 2-6 loss to number 5 seed Russian Lyudmila Samsonova. It was a lethargic start for both Eala and Tien as they dropped the first 2 games in the opening set, but they quickly regained their footing and took the next 3 to seize a 3-2 lead. Locked at 5-5, the pair showed composure against their battle-tested rivals in the ensuing games, most notably the 12th, where they converted a break point to seal the opening set. Despite stumbling in the second, Eala and Tien bounced back strongly and gave the overseas Filipino workers the moment of celebration with a gutsy finish. Alex Eala, the art of grit, from rising star to doubles dynamo. In the world of professional tennis, where power meets precision and grit meets grace, Alexandra Alex Eala stands out not merely as a champion athlete but as a living story of rising ambition. At just 20 years old, she is already writing chapters that young players around the world study with admiration and inspiration. Born on May 23, 2005 in Quezon City, Philippines, Alex's journey from a promising prodigy to a recognized professional is a tapestry of tenacity, resilience, and unyielding self-belief. Today, that grit was exemplified most recently during the WTA 500 Abu Dhabi Open, where she and Indonesian partner Janice Tien took on Leylah Fernandez and Christina Mladenovic, 2 seasoned veterans of the women's circuit. In a thrilling doubles match laced with momentum swings and mental demanding moments, the Southeast Asian pair emerged victorious in a match tiebreak, 7-5, 3-6, 10-6, a win that not only punched their ticket to the quarterfinals but also showcased Eala's competitive spirit on a global stage. The formative years. Sunrise in tennis. To understand Alex Eala's grit, one has to look back at her roots. Tennis was more than a sport for young Alex. It was her language, her dream, and her calling. Raised in a family with athletic heritage, her mother a former SAA Games medalist swimmer, Eala's upbringing was encouraging of competitive spirit and disciplined training. She attended junior schools in the Philippines before relocating to Spain to train at the renowned Rafael Nadal Academy in Manacor, Mallorca, a move that would become a turning point in her career. Training in Europe from her early teens meant not just honing technique but also learning resilience, the relentless grind of traveling, adapting to high-pressure play, and embracing challenge after challenge. That formative period was where she learned that tennis isn't just about power, it's about endurance, strategy, and most importantly, the unwavering belief that even the greats sometimes falter before rising again. Junior glory, first taste of history. Eala's breakthrough on the global stage first came in her junior years. She won her first junior Grand Slam at the Australian Open Girls Doubles, and later captured the US Open Girls Singles title, becoming the first Filipina ever to achieve such feats. These victories weren't just trophies. They were symbolic markers announcing that a new contender had stepped into tennis history. These early wins served as emotional fuel, proof that she could compete with the best of her age, and that her journey was only just beginning. Breaking into the professional ranks. Transitioning from juniors to the professional circuit is notoriously difficult. Yet, Alex handled it with remarkable poise. In 2020, she turned pro, winning her first ITF title in Tunisia. Over subsequent seasons, she continued to build her resume, gradually claiming more titles and using every tournament as a learning opportunity. Her breakthrough ascent on the WTA Tour came in 2025, a year that will be remembered as a defining period in her career. Historic moments in 2025. In March 2025, Eala captured global attention with a historic run at the prestigious Miami Open, a WTA 1000 event. As a wildcard entrant ranked outside the top 100, she battled through the draw, defeating powerful opponents including Jelena Ostapenko and Madison Keys, even toppling world number 1 Iga Swiatek, a player she once watched in awe as a fan during her academy graduation ceremony. Her 6-2, 7-5 victory over Swiatek was not just an upset, it was a signal of Eala's competitive heart and her ability to rise in the brightest moments. By doing so, she became the first Filipino woman to break into the WTA Top 100, reaching a career-high ranking that matched her ambitions. Shortly thereafter, she continued to make history, advancing to the finals of the Eastbourne Open, marking the first time a Filipino player had reached a WTA Tour final. Though she finished runner-up, her performance was groundbreaking, not just for her nation, but for Southeast Asian tennis. Her Grand Slam journey was equally momentous. At the 2025 US Open, she became the first Filipino to win a main draw match in the professional era, rallying from a significant deficit to beat Clara Tauson in a dramatic 3-set match. A style defined by heart and strategy. At her core, Alex is more than just a textbook athlete. She brings a unique style to the court. Her left-handed game is defined by intelligent shot selection, strategic baseline play, and an unflappable court presence that destabilizes opponents. But beyond technique, it's her mental toughness that sets her apart. Time after time, whether down in crucial moments or facing seasoned competitors, Alex finds herself reframing adversity into opportunity, a hallmark of real champions. The Abu Dhabi Open upset, grit in doubles. That same mental fortitude was on full display at the Abu Dhabi Open, where Eala teamed up with Janice Chen from Indonesia. Though doubles isn't always the main focus for her, this partnership reflected something deeper, the shared pride of Southeast Asian athletes striving to compete on the global stage. Facing Leylah Fernandez, a Canadian with Filipino heritage, and Christina Mladenovic, a former world number 1 in doubles, few gave the Southeast Asian duo the edge. The pair started slowly, conceding the early games and seemingly giving the edge to their more experienced opponents. But what followed was a masterclass in resilience, regaining composure, breaking serve at pivotal moments,